Yo, you know the reason we brought you on the show because you keep it 100.
All the time.
You keep it real. Like what you
Very entertaining.
very, especially with what you just said just a while ago. This man just texted me now. Let me see what he's talking about. Our other in-house guest that is supposed to replacing Kino Bino.
Left me solo.
High and dry, baby.
This man texted me a video of him at the barbershop.
Tell him go home after that.
Oh boy.
Go home, let the family see the cut. Don't even pull up on us.
Anyway, welcome to another episode of The Lion's Den. My name is Damian Johnson.
Devin Lee.
Do you want to introduce yourself or you want me to say your name for you?
You got it.
we got an in-house guest friend to the show, sister to the show. We've been trying to get you on the show for a long time. You finally made it happen.
I'm here.
What you prefer to be called?
Cici.
Cici. We're going to go with the alias.
Cici.
Cici.
Cici. Now coming to the stage.
I thought you was going to bring out a wig or something, Cici. I didn't know that to you.
Not. I learned from the first time.
What?
Okay. Was not a good look.
Yo.
And I lift my titties up this time too.
Bless your heart.
They up. No,
Bless your heart.
I remember what you said.
Mhm.
Yeah. I remember we tried to record the first one on Zoom.
Yeah.
She showed up on camera. Deborah was like, uh-oh.
And that was the first thing that he said, something about my titties. Like, why would you do that?
I'm trying to help you out, baby.
My God. It was too late at that point.
Well, you know,
Jeez.
for next time, just in case somebody else asks you.
This Cece was sitting on a crate.
She was sitting
a
on something.
suitcase.
A suitcase. Talking about some, so what y'all want to talk about? Like, I'm like, wait a minute.
Brett's hot already. Though.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about a lot of things. I have a lot of questions. Why you on that suitcase and why them titties?
Then somebody in the background put up luggage on the bed, try to slowly open it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, we see you. Yo, what you doing?
We see you.
There's a
Yo,
lot going on.
Please stop.
So I
Yeah.
learned.
but thank you.
Anything.
We have 3 different topics for today's show. And you are going to be our Vanna White.
What she do?
Lord have mercy. What you think?
Price
yeah.
is Right?
Okay. You Price is Right. Ain't got no.
Oh.
But that's cool. You was on the right track with a game show.
Oh.
Okay.
That wasn't a
Price
damn
is
show at all. Cece.
Price is Right. Use white women. Huh?
Oh,
They don't have
boy.
any women on set.
Really?
Yeah,
No, the
it's-
models that be in the car,
Okay.
they be having their legs.
Yeah. But
Vanna
that's-
White was Wheel of Fortune, baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Wheel of Fortune.
That's
She-
what
Scratch that. Can we scratch that? No,
No,
too late.
no,
Oh.
no.
No. This is-
Whatever,
Yes.
whatever is recorded is put out. But so basically, we went around to how many random women we went around to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 random women, and we pretty much asked them like, if you could ask a man one question, what it would be.
Mm-mm.
Some of the responses we got was like, we ain't gonna take that one because it was just dumb.
Right.
So we chose the best
Too
8.
aggressive.
Yeah.
All right.
We chose the best 8, and we wanted to get you in studio too, because one, like I said, you keep it 100.
Wait, what's too aggressive?
No, I mean, like, you could tell in some form of the question you're asking. It's like she's asking like her ex. It's too personable.
Mhm.
Like it's not generic to where as though we're asking for the masses. A
Right.
question that the mass majority of women might have.
Yeah.
Right.
It was directed to one person.
It
Why
was-
did he
yeah.
cheat on me?
Yeah. You'd be
That
like,
was-
nah, baby, we can't. If you could get him to subscribe, maybe he might throw it in the comments. But I mean, I don't know. You know.
Yeah, I wasn't there. So we chose the best 8, and we wanted you to come in here to represent the females because you going to keep it 100. And you're also here to we've been told one of the comments. I don't know, did I show you the comment? Somebody told us that we're women bashing.
Nah.
Oh.
Yeah, let me.
Nah. I don't-
Wow.
That was in one of the shows.
Yeah, I think it was.
I tried to read all the comments. Be honest with you.
Let me find it.
That's harsh.
I was like, nah.
I mean, I'm here for it because it's like our first little, like, you always get once you ain't popping until you got haters. You ever heard of that?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
True.
And then once you get to a certain point, you always they're gonna come out the woodwork.
That's true. You right.
So the comment says, I hope y'all realize every time y'all talk about these extra women is low-key women bashing. It's okay to have your preference and maybe a topic on it, but it's becoming a reoccurring thing with your shows, and it's bashing women who do what makes them feel beautiful. There's nothing wrong with the extras. It's just not for the advanced, insecure men.
But if the mass majority's talking about it, wouldn't you want to change it?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you want to do something slightly different because you're looked at like, it's like if every dude at one point when the black tee came out, it was white t-shirt, blue jeans, sneakers or boots, whatever.
Right.
So when everybody was wearing it, of course, it was in the beginning street code like they wore, so it was hard to be identified by the cops, right? But then it became a fashion statement, right? So people that weren't in the streets became a fashion statement.
Let me interject. That was said on the episode where we talked about do good women finish last.
Okay.
So we were talking about with the lashes, and it was that episode that they commented on.
But the point I'm trying to prove is like at one point women were like, oh, all these men wearing these white t-shirts, like wear something else. Why everybody got to be in a white t-shirt?
Right. Right.
But that he comfortable, like it's fresh. If you know what I mean, he comfortable. That's what he want to wear. That's just it runs on the same lines as what we're saying when we complain about the extra long lashes, when we complain about the lace fronts and the wigs, when we complain about that. You're saying like, well, a woman just wants to feel comfortable and want to be sexy, and you're being what she says,
bashing.
Bashing.
We're bashing women.
And like an insecure man. So it's you know what I mean? It's like it runs one and the same.
It do. I definitely disagree with, the comment, because it's like, it's okay to put on makeup. It's okay to get your body done if you want to wear lashes. But I feel like we as women, once we see a certain caliber of man attracted to those attributes, then we feel like it's like Texas, the bigger the better. So, we got to make the lashes extra long, and they got to be 2 layers. And if you ain't getting a double layer, then you ain't popping. Now the color in the lashes, like, I don't understand. And I'm all for, being unique. But once it becomes just exaggerated,
Too much.
then you're low key hiding your beauty, because how we even see what color your eyes is,
Right.
So
I can't even see somebody's pupils sometimes. The damn lash should be so long. We'd have to try to duck down and look under the lashes just to see your eyes.
Look up for me. I am.
Yeah. But I say all that to say that's the reason we got you on the show. So if we are women bashing, for those people out there, because we do read the comments, the few that we have, they're not enough. First of all, we ain't there yet.
People run down on us in the street or wherever and tell us personally,
but they won't never comment.
And I'm like, but I ain't see that in the comment section. Oh, well, I don't like to post it. I don't be posting. Yeah. Throw it in there though, because the moment that you wait, you don't know when you was gonna see me. Yeah. Put it in the comments so that way we look at it, we peek at it, and that could be a topic. We could talk about it, we could double down on, or we can come back, and if we're wrong, we can come back and correct ourselves. Right. But we'll never know unless, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the person who commented, thank you for your comment. I did respond if you didn't read it. I said, my response was, we're not women bashing. But, thank you for watching the show. We do appreciate it.
Okay. I thought he was going to say, like, a lot more. Like, nah, because, the reason why we said this is we ain't doing that shit, but I appreciate you.
Yeah, I kept the political because, I don't want to, I'm not going to get into a back and forth. Like, if you feel that strong, that seat's open. Right. Come on, we'll talk about it then.
Right.
But anyway, back to what I was saying. We're listening, so we've always been told, you should get a women perspective. Women can be lions in their own right. So I said, all right, cool. we want to get somebody in that's going to represent the women, represent them well, and can keep it funky at the same time.
I love it.
So this is where you come in.
I think I'm she.
On
her.
those pieces of papers are questions. The names are there as well. Some people wrote their name, so you can call out who wrote it. Some of them chose to be anonymous, but let's go with the first one.
All right. I've been eyeing this one. So it says, why do men never have a thought process?
Well,
and that's anonymous.
That's anonymous? Okay.
Yes.
You want to go first?
No, I go first.
All right. Well, my first question would be a thought process to what? Because for me, that's a little generic. It's a little broad. A thought process when it comes to what? How we approach things. Like, what from your perspective, what do you think she's trying to ask?
So the first thing that came to mind when I read it was, I personally feel like when a woman is talking to a man, we kind of have to break things down in layman's terms. So that's like a commercial I saw, right? When the woman told the guy, oh, go get me some pads with wings. And the guy brought back
Some what?
pads with wings.
Oh.
And the guy brought back pads and a box of wings. Not the pads with the wings.
Yeah.
So I feel that was the first thing that came to mind when I read it. I do agree that it's like a broad
Question.
Yeah. But if I'm going to address what I think that she's referring to, I agree. I do agree that, like, sometimes we as women
You gotta talk a little
expect
closer,
men.
baby.
We as
Put some
women.
bass. There you go.
We as women.
Get close to that
women-
right. There you go.
Hold on to it
Grab.
like that.
That's how you. All right, let's not change the narrative of the show.
You know.
Go ahead.
We as women, we expect men a lot of times to just know what we mean. And oftentimes it don't work like that, because I truly believe that when people say men develop or mature a little slower than women, it's some truth to that. Because when I'm talking to a man, and sometimes I just want you to get me, but y'all just don't be getting it.
Yeah, we just don't read minds.
Yeah, we
don't because y'all, it's not what it's. That's what you think, but that's how it's perceived. Because you want again, you said, I just want you to get me. But if you're not expressing yourself in a way for me to get you, I will never know. If you're not, it kind of goes hand in hand with what she said. If you really believe strongly in that statement, then you need to break it down a little bit further. You can't say, I believed in that statement and then say, well, he just not getting me. Because obviously the statement says they don't put too much in the thought process. Why they don't think things through or whatever the case may be. So you need to elaborate on what you really want. To get to your bottom line, you have to elaborate what you want. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Shout out to my mama. But
I can agree with you.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
But and that kind of answers, that was going to be what I was going to say to that question. Is like, well, because we all know, men and women, we all say men are simple creatures. We very simple. We are A, B, and C. Like we not. It's not too much, going around and like women. They require a little bit more finesse and emotions. Men typically when they're chilling, they're emotionless. Like they're focused on one thing.
Right.
A woman could be focused on that, thinking about this, thinking about that, kind of looking at this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so men, we just, once we tap into something we focus on, we interested in, we locked in. Right?
That's true.
Some at certain occasions we might be thinking about other things or whatever. But in order to come out with that question, you gotta elaborate, especially knowing what you're dealing with. You know your spouse and the significant other, and then getting to know that person. Obviously, in the beginning, you're not gonna know, but as time progresses, you're gonna have to elaborate. You're gonna know, okay, well, with this man, I'm gonna have to just break it down a little bit more.
Right.
I can't have expectations for him to just keep getting better without me working with him.
Yeah.
And that's I feel like that's a lot of disconnect with relationships, and then the communication, and it's like the communication level is messed up because you have a certain expectation for the person that they are not meeting at all, but you're not working with them to help them meet your expectation, or you just want to stay over here and just want them to come all the way. You kind of sometimes you got to meet in the middle a little bit.
Absolutely.
And know what you some give to get. You know what I mean? And it can't be because you're the woman that you got to give me everything.
Yeah.
I feel like, again, going back to the question, why don't men have a thought process? It just depends on what it is. Like, if there's something that we really want, there's gonna be a thought process to it. If we see a chick and we put our minds to say, yo, we want to get that, whether it be wife it or, knock it down.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a thought process behind that.
Or even like,
so it just depends on what
gifts.
Exactly. Yeah, it just depends
gifts,
on what.
Like, oh, that was it. He ain't really put much thought process into it.
Yeah, that's something I see a lot.
The expectation, but that's knowing what you know what I mean. It's like you obviously got to be a little bit more creative.
You saying that you see that you see that's something you see a lot in terms of men not putting thoughts into gifts,
right? So women, just as you said about men are simple creatures, everybody say, and women agree, we are emotional creatures. We want you to show us how you feel, whether it could be through a gift, but like, don't just go out just because I like pink roses. Don't just go out and get me some pink roses. Like, or if you heard me say, oh, babe, I want roses. You just gonna go out and come back the very next day, here go some roses. It's like, I know you just went and got them just because I said I want the roses. Like,
so if he'd have waited 2 weeks from now and just had the pink roses when you walked in the door, they were just sitting there, bomb.
Yeah, maybe I forgot that I told you that I needed some roses, and because it's 2 weeks later and I see them, I'm like, oh, he really hurt me.
So it's timing for you.
Yeah, for sure.
But you got the pink roses. You got the pink roses. You see what I'm saying? You got the damn roses.
But is it going to be a one-off, though? Is it going to be a one-off? Because a lot of times also, we'll express something. A man will understand it and get exactly what we mean. But then it's like, you show us one time that you get it, right? When that situation arises again, we back to square one.
Cici.
Sorry, guys.
Don't worry about it. I wasn't complaining.
They're going to pop out from time to time. Sorry.
Oh, boy.
Got a little passionate,
Nah, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt the flow. Go ahead.
Nah, but it's like, if I'm going to stray from this statement, the question.
Go ahead, because I'm going to come back around to what you just said, because that ain't being fair. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, I was ready to loop it too, but I was waiting for you to finish.
Let's just say I have a issue in the relationship, and I say, you know what, babe, I don't like that you don't take a shower in the morning before work.
Well, shit, that is a problem. Going to work. Nasty nigga.
Soon as I address it, right? A man typically say, all right, she addressed this, I'm gonna change it. Next morning, wake up, take a shower before work. I'm like, ooh. Morning after, wake up, take a shower before work. Okay, good. By that next week, you're back to the same, not bathing your behind in the morning. It's like, it's...
The consistency isn't there.
It's not.
But it depends, though. It depends on it. See, if 10 other women, if we're used to doing something, right, for X amount of time, and then we start dating you, and now we're living together. Remember, I'm already in my comfort zone. Mm-hmm. So now you come in, I have to readjust to what you like.
Granted.
So it's not going to be an easy transition. It's not going to be an easy transition. So when you start complaining about it the first time, I'm going to look at it like, yo, Dad, why are you complaining? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if all the other women I've dated didn't have an issue with it that I know of, or maybe they just didn't say anything.
Right.
But if they never said anything to me, I'm like, why you tripping?
I'm gonna have to play devil's advocate, champ,
Go ahead.
because every woman's different. And if I'm dating, I can't keep the mindset of what I dated in the past to the future. And if this person tolerated it, or they didn't say nothing, or they liked it, doesn't mean that if I'm dating Cici, she gonna tolerate it and like it.
No, I'm not saying
And-
she's supposed to. I'm just saying for me, for me, it's gonna be like it's gonna be harder to transition because I'm already used to it. It's easy to come out of that comfort zone. I mean, it's hard. I should say
it's hard, but this is where this is where you gotta like boss up and be like, look, I know she don't like it. I dated Keisha and I dated Trina and I dated Kim and they ain't said nothing. I didn't date all these women, but here comes Cici want to be extra. And that's where some men get complacent. They think like now that they dating Cici, that I didn't dated 4 or 5 other women. My 5 or 4 past relationships, they didn't have any issues, but here comes Cici want to be different. Why
Right.
she want to be extra? But at the end of the day, that's what attracts you to her, and that's why you're not with the next, because she is different from the past. And you feel as though most men feel as though every time that they take on another relationship or they take on the next woman, they elevate. And that's what most women do too.
Right.
Like if you feel like they
right.
elevate, they evolve from the past. So moving with that mindset, you have to say, all right, well, I got to take it with a grain of salt. She's not, I got to try harder. Because, again, we creatures of habit, and it's going to be hard to break, certain barriers and certain levels that you're so accustomed to. And because especially if you the past 4 ain't saying shit, and here you come, you instantly, us humans, we're gonna think like as a creature of habit, you're gonna think like, damn, now I gotta. But you gotta acknowledge it and put forth the effort. And I think when you're dating a woman that brings it to your attention and you're not used to that coming up, and now you have to change it, you have to be a strong man to
Facts.
change it, and not judge it so much, and not harp on the fact that, oh shit, like damn, why she tripping? Like, ain't nobody else never said no shit about it, but she ain't everybody else.
But you
And that goes hand in hand with women too. Because if a man says something to you and you be like, well, these other dudes, they ate it up. Like
Right,
they liked
right.
it. But you come and a man dates you like, look, I really like you, but yeah, these lashes I ain't really feeling. Or can you tone them down? Or could you not wear them? You know what I mean? And if that's a deal breaker for you, I mean, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but that man is probably gonna slide, because if he bringing that to your attention, you really like him, and you really want to take heed to what he's saying, then you might listen, and you should listen.
But you low-key proving the point. All I'm saying is it's hard to be consistent when you're in your comfort zone. Granted, you're absolutely right. They got to boss up. They got to take into account that this is a different person. The other 4 or 5, whatever, probably didn't say anything to you because they probably didn't know how to, or weren't strong enough, or whatever the situation may be. But it's gonna be hard to be consistent when you're not used to doing that.
Absolutely,
Whatever.
I agree.
Well-
And you also have to give chances.
Correct.
Because like you all said, is very I agree with what you said. It's not gonna happen the first time. You address it, they acknowledge it, you see them making the effort. Okay, cool. They fall off, you gotta address it again. It's about communication. And a lot of women, in regards to your statement about the lashes or whatever it is, a lot of women will say, "Oh, you met me like this." Yeah, I might have met you like that, but I don't know if that was your everyday routine. Maybe you just came from a party when I met you. Who knows, But communication is key. I think that's what it's
We
about.
gonna come back around to that question though, because you said something about the thought process with the example that you gave with the roses. Like where you said, no. They ain't going nowhere. They sitting right there.
Run from it.
You said if you said low key, if you say, drop a hint like, yeah, I like those roses, and then the next day he comes in with some roses, you feel like he's only buying it because you said it.
Yeah.
And he gets no credit for that?
Can't
I'm
win
not
for
saying
trying.
no.
You know what I'm saying? Because he
not
was just
saying you don't
that
get
shows that he
credit.
was
You
listening
can't
to
win
what
for
you
trying.
I
said.
agree.
But- so what-
It's not saying you don't get. Remember, everything is not just
Damn.
oh, I'm gonna bring these roses and I'm gonna hand it to her. It's a whole experience.
All right,
right?
so let me ask you a question. You in a sit, and this happened.
But you heard what she said though. If he did it 2 weeks later, it would have been.
It will mean more.
It would mean more.
In my opinion.
But if
No, but hold on. I'm gonna ask you a question. So
Okay.
we're in college. Me and you dating,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm trying to get at you, and we watching TV, and commercial comes on about a Mariah. This is a true story. I'm just putting you in a situation. A commercial comes on about a new Mariah Carey album coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So because I listen as a man, I said, okay, I'm trying to impress this young lady. So the next day, I go out and buy the album.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't make you feel special?
Yeah, I would feel special, but that I feel like that scenario is different, right?
Oh,
Because we sit down, we watching a show. I'm not intentionally dropping a hint.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying, oh, her album coming out.
Are you want to get
It's,
the album?
that sounds dope. I think I might get her album. Every time we say something, as women, every time we say something, it's not necessarily that we dropping a hint intentionally to be like, hint, hint, you need to get this for me. Sometimes we
Mhm.
just speaking out loud, humans.
So you couldn't have been. So he couldn't have taken that same scenario of the pink roses and saying, you know what I mean? I ain't had no roses in a while. You're saying it for the intent of receiving,
Yeah, that was an
right? So
intentional
if he
hint.
came with the roses, you obviously you want it, right? Because you
Right.
put it out there.
But are
so-
you going to just bring me the roses and be like,
Here you go.
Hey.
Well, I mean, I understand the
right,
ask for
right.
damn roses.
So it ain't-
Remember you said you wanted them roses?
Hold up, Cici. It ain't about the fact. It ain't about the fact that you would deliver the roses the next day. Is how it's presented to you.
Yes.
Okay, so that's different.
Yeah, that's why I
different
said it's a
me and
whole
Damien are like, wait a minute, because
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
bringing the roses next day,
Yeah.
and you telling me if I bought it to you 2 weeks later, it would mean a
Nah.
lot more.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
No, okay, I get what you're saying now. So you want you don't just want me
She
to
want
come
the
in
experience.
and just drop it on the table. Be like, here you
No.
go, damn. Here you
Right.
roses.
You mentioned these
So-
damn
yeah.
roses.
So hold up.
Send
So
them to my job.
yeah.
Have them be there when I get
so
there.
so you
or-
want to walk
see
in
what
the
you're
door and the roses bone right down on the table.
Yeah, the rose. If you got night shift, I get home and you already gone. Leave the roses. Leave a cute little note.
No, I get what you're saying. There's more of a thought process that can go behind the gift giving experience.
Right.
Not
And some men
just-
don't have
There
that.
you go.
Yeah, he leave the roses on the table, leave a little note. You open the
Yeah.
note, you think it's cute, and he said,
Yeah.
"Make sure you wash behind your ears."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't ruin the whole damn thing.
Fuck it up.
No, but
I
and
can't
then-
stand this nigga.
that might be cute. Like if I was dating you, I would expect that.
Right.
You know,
I would
skip me.
expect something like that. And I'll get a little laugh and I'll say, oh, and then I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna be blushing and you go see how
Nah, I
my
get it.
teeth.
And you're right. I mean, but that is a problem. We're gonna move on soon to the next question. But that is a problem. The listening aspect. I think that's what separates men. Like when you really can bag women, what separates is you listening.
Boy, you took
Mhm.
it back, didn't you?
Bag,
I ain't
yeah.
heard that. I ain't heard that. I hadn't
Did I
heard
just-
that
did
in a
I
long
just
time.
aged myself.
Yes, you did.
But when you can really get them, what separates it most of the time, because if you line up 10 men that look good, then 10 men look good. But what's gonna start separating them is how in tuned you are to a woman's needs.
Absolutely.
And I do agree with you. Like what has worked well for me a lot of times is the listening aspect of and trying to figure out what I can do to impress this young lady, not just getting it. And I remember this worked too. Like somebody was saying they felt sick. I went and bought some, I think some Tylenol, whatever it was. I bought some type of medication, and I came back, put it on the counter, and walked away. Stuff like that,
She knows she was heard.
Yeah.
And it's a surprise
Drawers
element.
got wet fast.
Exactly. Because, I mean,
Put it
let's
on the
be
counter. I
honest.
won't be back until you better. Trying to catch this shit.
Most women, we meet a guy, regardless of how we met a guy, we could have been feeling like we was the baddest that day,
Mhm.
or we could have been bummy that day.
Right.
But no matter how we look at when we meet a guy, the first thing that pops in our head, he just wants some. That's it.
What visual
It's-
creatures though? We're visual creatures. You already know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted, every time I've gotten somebody hit on me that I felt like was worth pursuing, I was looking like a bum. I had to go in the car and look in the mirror like, what did he see?
Well, for us, for me, I'm specifically speaking for me. If I could look at you and be like, God damn, in a good way, when you're on your downtime, I could only imagine what you're gonna look like when you dress up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always like to see a chick on their downtime.
You done?
Go ahead.
Say what you said again. Say it again. When you met, say it again.
Oh, yeah. When we meet.
When you met, most of the time when you met a man, you met a man.
When I was looking bummy.
When you were looking bummy.
Yeah.
Give me my goddamn camera. Give it to me. My camera, goddamn.
All right. Go ahead.
Ladies.
Hold on. Let me give you an air horn. Go ahead.
Boy, I'm surprised you ain't jumping on it.
No. Go ahead.
When you don't have to look like Nicki Minaj or anybody else when you're walking out here every single time. Now, take the damn bonnets off, please. But you don't have to be looking like you're going to the club or a photo shoot every time for a man to pick you up or to like you. And then you throw all men in the category that just want to fuck. You go out to the store, throw some sweats, hair in a ponytail, throw on the old school T-shirt, whatever. A man, I know, baby. Don't worry about it. Don't stop my flow.
I was with it. I was like,
yeah. Ladies. I ain't say Cici. You don't got to look like all of that. The woman just said it. Sometimes you'll get picked up, and then those are the guys that probably last a little longer in the relationship because he saw the inner beauty. He didn't see all the lashes, the lace front, the swoosh. You know what I mean? The baby hairs at 38. You know what I mean? Like he ain't see all of that in the extra shit. You know what I mean? Like it don't have to. The cake don't make up. It don't have to be that way.
Lord.
Y'all winning too. The and it's like, oh, I'm looking bummy, I'm looking basic. Nah, because if a man could see that you have potential to be more, we could see it.
We could see the
we
beauty
not
through
dumb.
the downtime. We can see it now. Trust me.
Yeah.
I personally
That's
love
what
to
you
see
get
a
right
chick
now.
in basketball shorts.
You'll get no. Wait a minute.
No, seriously.
All right.
No, go ahead. I'll explain later. Go ahead.
You'll get ran down on because you're different. You're like, oh, damn, look at you. You're beautiful, and you're out here like this. Versus the other 5 women that walked into Publix behind you. That all look the same. Got the lashes, got the garden weave, and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to do that, but then they gonna pick the one.
Huh?
Yeah.
He gotta be stopped. What the weave?
The garden weave, baby. You already know.
Give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. You want to rebuttal before you?
No, I want you to come back to them basketball shorts that you.
You don't like to see a chick in basketball shorts, bro? If you could see,
Where we at though? Where we at?
No, she could be walking in CVS. If you could, for me.
Well, it depends on how you present it in the basketball shorts. Because I don't want to be, and then some chick come up like, hey, my man.
No,
you know what I mean? I'm like, my bad, bro. You know?
Nah. I'm just saying, like, as far as her physique, if you could see her physique through her shorts, just like how they like to see us in gray sweats. If you could see her,
it's the gray. So the
Just
gray
just
sweats
the-
narrative is the basketball shorts for you.
and same thing with the gray sweats for them. Like if I like, well, if you could see a chick physique through like sweats or shorts, imagine what she look like when she put on something tight.
That's a spandex for me. But go ahead. Go ahead with your basketball
But
shorts.
see, the thing with leggings will fool you. Leggings will fool
That's
you, bro.
true.
They'll fool you.
You can't tell me my thighs ain't. You can see my quads.
Right.
Like it's definition when I put on them leggings.
They'll fool you. Then they take it off and shit just falling out of every angle. You be like, what the fuck?
Not
you know.
falling out of everything.
Off-road experience.
Let's go to the next question.
Yeah, let's move on to the next question. Question number 2.
Why do men cheat? Well, I knew this question was gonna be in here. I just knew it.
Thought you threw that in the trash.
I just knew it. Can I say, as a woman, there's no real answer to this question.
No, there is.
Black men don't cheat. Charlamagne had already told you.
Didn't they make a song
and you
about it?
believe it. Don't please. Oh no.
Ambassador spoke.
No, there is an answer there.
You feel like there's an answer to
there
this
is.
question.
We cheat because we can.
Damn, Damien, I didn't expect you to. I thought you
Throw
had
us
more.
under the bus.
I thought you had
low
more.
Key,
Like,
I agree with you.
But it's facts.
we cheat because
Low key, I
we
agree
can.
with you.
Like,
But I guess you're right. Shoot,
We do it because it's something to do though. It ain't really that's where like thought process go behind it. There's really no thought process to it. It's like we see something, we wanna try it, and then see what happens after that.
So, but it's like, why? Because you speaking where I think this young lady coming from, right? You have a woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's providing everything.
Mm-hmm.
She's emotionally catering. She look good.
Mm-hmm.
You see yourself with her as a power couple. It's like it's perfect. Why do you feel like there's a need for you, even if you see somebody else that's attractive? Why is there still a desire to explore that person, regardless of accessibility?
well, it's this the question. The question is a good question, but it doesn't fall on the basis for all men, because every man is different. That's like saying because women cheat too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just do it. They just better
good
at it.
at it.
Yeah, you're better
Absolutely.
at it. And they cheating on a higher level than men. When in relationships, when you look at the numbers, the stats, women are doing it a lot more than men, but it's just not publicized. Or they're not just getting caught, whatever. But every man is different, and the reason why, you know, just as an example of the Lions Den, if you take Devin, Damien, and Keno, if, you know, as an example, if Damien is cheating, Damien's reason of doing it might be way different from the three of us. We all might have different reasons. You know what I mean? My reason might be my woman is not doing enough for me emotionally. She not listening. We always combative, and you know what I mean? Somebody's taking a liking to me and they giving me what I need emotionally.
Right.
You know, Damien might be because
He saw him in the gym shorts.
Yeah, he saw them in them shorts. The way
That thing was thinking.
yeah, the way them Nike shorts were sitting. You know what I mean? Snacking ass. You know what I mean? Like it might be different for Keno. It might be different. So,
Oh boy,
it's so hard for a woman because a woman always come with that answer. They always come. I'm sorry, that question because, but it's so generic for everybody. Just like a woman will have. You line up 1,000 women and you'll get 1,000 different answers of why they cheat. You line up 1,000 women that have cheated, and they all gonna give you something different. It's not. You might get some that might say something similar, but it's all gonna be different. It's all gonna be tailored to whatever is going on. So, okay, yeah. Can I say the mass majority of the men that cheat is because they see the next woman that look good and they just want to try it, and that woman actually gave them a shot? Of course, you know what I mean. But sometimes that woman is probably in a relationship as well. You know what I mean? So they done found, you know what I mean? They done matched up.
Right.
And they done did the damn thing. And you have, these are the results. So it's just so many different scenarios. And we could be here all night talking about why opposite sex cheat. I mean,
We got it. We got it. Yeah.
I got you.
I'm going to go ahead and
But I
drink
feel
some
like,
water. But you know what I'm saying?
but
Opposite sex. I needed to say it.
I also feel like, just going back to what I said. See, with us, we're not gonna catch emotions. Normally, we're not gonna catch feelings. We're not gonna cheat with our emotions. We're not gonna catch feelings for the person that we're cheating with.
But don't get it twisted. It's not right.
I'm not.
We're not over here
justifying
saying that is. You know, we're not justifying. It's not right. But
that's like when we see something, it's just to touch it.
Right.
A lot of times, you know, depending on who the man is. To Devin's point, you know, where he's at in life. Sometimes you got to still feel like you're that dude. You know,
Ego.
to stroke the ego. That's really the only reason why really men brag about the shit that they do, just to get that boy. Boy, I see you, but hey, my dog, he be pulling them.
Right. Right.
Get that ego booster, and then once you learn to grow out of that, like and you find that one woman that makes you appreciate everything, and you realize like, okay, all that other stuff don't really mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But again, why we do it? We can give you a reason, but I feel like a lot of times
I'm not gonna get a real answer.
because at the end of the day, going back to that 80-20 rule, you're never gonna get everything in a relationship. So if that is the case, then don't even get in one. Because you are. Because if your reason is I'm cheating because she not doing this right. Okay, maybe that's the 20% that you're gonna lack.
Right.
So that's gonna be the reason why you cheat on everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like at some point you gotta realize like, all right, it takes willpower to not do it. Because you're always gonna see somebody that you're attracted to. As long as there's breath in you, you're gonna see somebody that you're attracted to. And you just gotta have the willpower to say no and go home to your wife.
Agreed.
So I don't think there's a
clear-cut answer.
as to why men cheat. I just feel like we do it just because we can, without catching feelings.
I have nothing else to say. I'm going to move on to the next question.
Should be asking why women cheat.
Woo, and moving on.
Mm-hmm.
What does your full picture look like in terms of employment, relationship, children, business life versus leisure, place of residency?
Who the hell asked that question?
No, she ain't finished yet.
Woo.
What is it?
Stable /
Stability / what?
Expat?
Expectation. They ain't know how to spell it?
Expectation.
I'm
I'm going to go with expectation.
Expat?
Ooh, look at you.
Come on, baby.
Smart sometimes.
You know,
See you.
that
That's a
Google.
loaded question.
That sound like it's geared to one.
Yeah,
They over here choosing off the lines, man. They try to get a low-key resume. Like, what the? I mean, I ain't Damien, and I just want to know
what
before I shoot my shot. What he see? All right, so he likes basketball shorts.
Right.
He likes 2 for 20s.
You gonna go back to that, huh?
What?
What episode was that?
What is that? What?
The episode we talked about where they got on because
he doesn't go out to the big time restaurants and.
nah, that ain't what I
Oh,
said.
you going to Chili's.
He a 2 for 20
That
nigga.
ain't what I said. That ain't what I said. I gotta go back and watch the episode. I know I ain't say that.
He a 2 for 20. Yo, because Keno was like, you take a woman to the Flemings, Mastros, and he was like, what's that?
No, but that
What the,
Oh,
hey,
Damien.
he exaggerate.
nah, but
Oh.
go and watch
What
the
was
episode.
What-
I don't remember.
I
But
don't
I'm gonna
remember that
Google it.
one
I'm gonna
either.
Google it. And but I was sitting there, so I know.
I remember. I remember we
and I
talked
was-
about it, but that
and
wasn't.
then Keno goes.
That ain't how it went.
And then I said, yo, you gotta forget my brother. He a 2 for 20 nigga.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
It was something along the lines of not having to go out to these expensive restaurants. Oh, I know what it was.
And you said
I
I don't
remember
go
what it
out to
was.
the
I
expensive
remember
restaurants.
we were talking about. No. Nah, it's not that. We were talking about
Watch this episode.
what the first date should be like or something like that. And I said, why you can't, why does the first date have to be something like this?
You said-
On a
Grand scale.
extravagant scale or something like that. Like I don't have to do that on the first date. And then that's when they started clowning talking about the 2 for 20. I was like, I'll do that. Actually, Chad Johnson was talking about that where he said he took his now fiance, wife, I think. I believe they got married. He took her to McDonald's on the first date.
Chad Johnson.
No, I'm just
Ocho
saying.
Cinco.
I'm not comparing myself to
Played
him.
years in the NFL.
I
understand.
ain't comparing myself to him. What I'm saying is that's what we were talking about in the episode.
Right.
About what the first date should look like.
But if you not gonna call me and say, babe, I want to take you out on a date, have me get dressed up.
So we
Put on
gonna run away from that question.
Yeah, we gonna run it. It's a loaded question. Sorry, person
It don't
who
say
asked
who wrote
this
that.
question.
Say okay. So you want to talk about what the first date should look like?
Yeah,
All right, let's go.
you
Let's
are
go. 'Cause
not
I'm gonna stand by mine.
going to call me, say, yeah, girl, get ready. I'm gonna take you out on a date. Got me all hype. I'm gonna go put on makeup.
Where we going? It's a surprise.
Like, right.
Y'all always want to know where we're going.
Yes, absolutely. Because
it's gonna
attire.
determine how they dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much effort I'm gonna put into this? But if you going with the
Damn,
don't worry about it, it's a surprise, and you pull up at McDonald's, or even not the throw shade, but if we pulling up at Chili's, TGI Fridays, I'm gonna feel like I'm overdressed because if you tell me it's a surprise, I'm gonna go for what I feel like is my highest. Like, okay, let me look good.
I
All
get
right,
you.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. You know, we got a lot of viewers. We have not everybody's gonna be in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Palm Beach, Atlanta, New York, Cali, major cities where you got, you know, you got some of the countryside where though Chili's might be the popping spot, where Fridays might be the spot in their city
Right.
or in their town. You know, you got some
You
people
ain't
they
on-
live
you
in
hating
town.
on the people out there in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Damn,
You
what?
know, well,
But if
that's a big
that's their
city, champ.
popular spot,
Yeah, I would have
I
went.
ain't never been to Green
Yeah,
Bay.
I know. I
so
can tell.
I ain't never been to Green Bay.
I would have said like, you know what I mean, like little towns, like
Omaha, Nebraska.
yeah, something like that, where you got, you know, like little towns, not even like major cities, but like little towns where though that might be the thing. Okay, but if we talking about on the grind on a bigger city, and then you pull up a Friday where everybody, yeah,
yeah. And
you-
I'm coming in here, face beat, well dressed, heels on, walking into Fridays. I'm gonna feel some type of way.
what if
you
there's
gonna
something-
what you gonna do? You gonna eat?
I'ma still eat because I got dressed.
Cici gonna
Look,
eat.
she gonna
Cici
eat.
gonna eat.
Not only
And
is she
I'ma
gonna
talk a
eat, she
little
gonna take a
shit, too.
plate. She gonna try to get a little extra, or she gonna have some. She gonna order enough to be able to go home with. So it ain't too mad because she eat,
Right.
but she upset of the location.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's
damn,
the
damn.
audacity for me.
No, but
like,
my-
why would you do that?
My
Damn,
thing was,
dang
there's
Especially if I know that you can afford the big upscale restaurants.
How do you know he can afford the upscale restaurant?
If you set that standard, because, okay.
Well, see,
let's-
that's what I was talking
See,
about. Like,
that's
I
a
ain't setting
whole
no
nother
standard.
time.
Let's
No,
talk
no,
about
no.
ego, though,
Nah,
right?
I'm gonna tell you why she said that. Remember we talked about another topic because how nowadays people holler at each other, social media.
Yeah.
That's setting a
You put that
standard
out- you put that out
already.
there.
Yeah.
So if I
Yeah.
go and I pull up and I'm taking pictures in front of this and taking the pictures in front of the cars and
Absolutely.
the
Flashing
beach
money.
and always here, there,
Got a
that,
stack like
everywhere.
this.
Right. You set the standard.
Yeah.
But you
I
work a
ain't
nine.
expecting
You
to-
you work a 9 to 5. You got 2 jobs,
Right.
and you busting your ass to get that. That ain't a
Right.
standard. That's just a facade. And now you keeping up with the facade that this person is painting, and then and it's not your fault. Granted, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't because that person already established something. Smoke and mirrors. So you just going off smoke and mirrors.
Right.
For
right.
one, you fucked up because that's what you went after. That's the basis that that's the base level that you decided to go at this person. Not
Right.
based on anything else, but them damn pictures and photos that you saw how he was moving.
Definitely
But
assumptions.
then but then he messed up because he painted a picture that was false. And then y'all sitting at Chili's, you mad. You
Looking at each other
gonna
like
get
this.
you gonna get the most expensive thing out of on the menu. You gonna order appetizer, entree, dessert, all the wine and alcohol you can drink, and you gonna get up out of there. And you're never gonna talk to him again. And then you gonna be in a certain bracket. He gonna be in a certain bracket, and then niggas and women ain't shit. That is
Absolutely.
how
Yep.
today's bases are going right now. That's how the dating world is going, and then it's just circling the damn wagon. Like everybody's just doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
What-
I agree.
So what's your ideal first date?
That's tough. That's tough because it depends on the person that I'm talking to. If I had to pick the person and pick a date, I would like something that's more thoughtful because you taking me to Houston's or Mastro's or Ruth Chris, like, yeah, you can spend some money and we gonna eat, but is there gonna be any substance in that conversation? Are we gonna be able to even talk without getting interrupted every time by the waitress or waiter? Like,
That's what I was alluding to. They say they ain't tell you the whole story. For me, I want to get to know you, so I don't have to. Not that I have an issue, regardless of what they say. I don't have an issue.
I want to get to know you. So
chick.
if we can get a
Hold
bucket
on.
of chicken
Hold on.
and go sit out there at the car,
I don't have an
Hey,
issue
brother,
taking a
trust me.
chick to a fancy restaurant,
Mhm.
a Prime 112 or whatever. That's not my cup of tea, to be honest with you. Like I prefer to go to a hole in one spot all day because I feel like a lot of these restaurants are overpriced. the food ain't that good sometimes. But that's another topic.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have an issue going on an expensive date. But I'm not going to try to sit here and impress anybody either, saying that you can look forward to this all the time.
Right.
That
Be
ain't
true
that,
to
that ain't
yourself.
never been me.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, let's first date. That's how the topic got started. I'm the type of person, first date, let's go to the movies. And people be like, but you can't really talk at the movies. I'm like,
you seen that episode, right?
Yeah.
When they talking about the movies.
but that's how the topic got started. They was like, you can't really talk. You could pick her up an hour before. Y'all get there early, talk, do all that stuff.
Ladies, please
And then-
comment on this episode because we
I'm standing
talked
by it.
about it. Let us know.
Hold on, let me finish, brother.
Let us know. Go, I'm gonna let you finish. I just want to please throw that out there to comment.
They can
Go
comment
ahead.
all
Go ahead,
day
go ahead,
because
go ahead.
I'm gonna stand by that. I understand the movie is not, somewhere where you can talk during the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But who's to say that's the only thing that you can do? You can also go get ice cream afterwards or whatever and sit and talk. I see people do that all the time.
Yeah.
Just because I say let's go to the movies for the first date don't mean that's the only thing we gonna do. We can go for a walk on the beach afterwards. We can go to the club or go on Las Olas, sit down and listen to music, talk, whatever. We can still get to know each other. I'm not caught up on going all out on the first date trying to make myself seem like I'm this type of dude when I know damn well I'm not. Well, if I ain't got it, I ain't got it.
Right.
I agree. You don't because there's a lot of mom and pop joints that are really swank and nice. That
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be on that level of upper echelon restaurants and stuff like that you're going to spending money.
I think that
for nothing, but you can find like little quaint, unique, like you know what I mean,
Right.
spots.
I'm trying to get at you. I pick you up. We go watch a movie. Afterwards, we go down to Las Olas, go to Fat Tuesdays, get a couple drinks or Wet Willies, whatever the fuck is down there. Get a couple drinks, sit down and talk. Afterwards, we go for a walk on the beach. That's not a nice first date.
I feel like you trying to get me drunk.
Well, don't take it down on beach. 'Cause Fat Tuesdays. Oh, Wet Willies ain't there no more. You gonna be for a rude
I haven't
awakening.
been down there.
Yeah.
I haven't been down there.
Like damn.
But you will feel like I'm trying to get you drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see where that's going because a lot of dudes do that. They
Right.
try to use alcohol to ain't no
Sway
more
how
talking.
that
But
night
they just
gon' end, yeah.
They try to they use alcohol instead of just trying to talk their way into it. But at the end of the day, my point is, you can still have a memorable,
And that's what
nice
it's about.
first date.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It was
I
just
agree.
them being them. As soon as I said the movies, boy, I didn't get a chance to finish. I didn't even get a chance to finish. But
Somebody take you to the movies on the first date. How you feel about that?
No, I'm cool with movies.
You cool with movies?
I
First
agree.
date, you never really. You good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the movies it could be a perfect first date because you don't have that
man, you need to
that
date.
awkwardness.
We need to date.
Let's go.
We need to date.
Perfect.
Because you don't have with the movies, there's a main attention. Like that's the movie. You're not obligated
Breaks that
to
awkwardness.
come up with a conversation or like if we not having a even exchange the whole time.
So
Whatever.
okay,
It
I get
ain't no
no,
awkwardness.
I
there.
get it. I get it. But can we agree to disagree that you can't run that play with every person?
Yeah.
Because every woman might want to be stimulated a little bit differently. Some women might be a little shy. They might really be feeling Damien, and they like, damn, and we go somewhere. I really got to talk. Like they the movies kind of chop it up a little bit, give them time to like get comfortable.
Right.
But
exactly.
if you get a strong or aggressive woman, she might not. She like, damn, why you taking me to the movies? I can't really get to know. You know what I mean? Why we came here? Like it's so cliche. Like I don't want to. So
Yeah.
it is different scenarios for different folks.
But I
Different
think
strokes for
with
different
that,
folks.
with that stronger personality, then you can do like what Damien suggests. Like before the movie, let me take you somewhere. Let's go get lunch or what have you before
So-
the movie.
So it depends. It that then falls back on the man's lap to know that time and that place
Yeah,
and
you just
then for that
communicate.
person.
Just it's all.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's not
But
like
you know, it's hard. This goes back to what we were saying with that first question, where it was asked to men. Women do the same thing. You know where I'm about to go with it.
You be like, what you want to do?
What you want to do, what you want to
Yeah.
eat. You don't never know.
It's up to you.
Yeah. And then when you pick like, I don't want tacos. I don't want I don't want no chicken wings. You're like, You know what I mean? Because
True.
at this point, you're like, all right, well, shit, I eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
But then the man will pick something that he like his go-to, and then you know it's his go-to. You don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
But see, when you do that again, it goes back. Excuse me, it goes back to the man, because what would set me and you apart, and I know you would do something like this. If I say, yo, let's go, what do you want? What would be an ideal first date? And you be like, whatever you want to do. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna come get you. We going to the movies. No, I want to go to the movies. If you really interested in that woman, all right, so what do you like to do? Now you pulling stuff out of that person. You know what I'm saying? Now you getting that person to think, to try to set something up for the first date. All right, so you don't like movies on the first date. Why not? Communicate. Why not?
That sound good. Here's a woman's expectations. I want to go to the movies. So she's expecting you to have plan B.
No, but see that
Exactly. No,
this
I
is-
know
this
it
is-
sounds crazy. You
whether-
laughing because you know it's true, right?
Whether you expect
Like,
me
all
to
right,
have
so if you
plan
don't want
B
to go
or
to the
not-
movies, let's do this. How about this?
And then we're gonna hit you with the whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Right. That means that's good. And cold woman, that mean
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
yeah. Yeah,
and
I
this
don't
is
want to do
where-
movies. I want to do anything else but the damn movies. Or, you know what I mean? Like, they don't want to commit because they don't want to be like, well, you said you wanted to go here. You know what I mean? It's like,
And that's the problem. That's the problem that you're gonna run into with me all the time, because we're not gonna play that game. If we're gonna communicate that, this is how you get to know people. You got to get to know. This is one of the issues with dating nowadays. People don't get to know the individual.
people don't know how to communicate.
Facts.
Yeah.
So if you're dealing with somebody, and I know you would do something like that, bro, where you will communicate, because you're a communicator. I'm a communicator. You're a communicator.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say, okay, if you say you don't want to go to the movies, okay, cool. I know you probably don't like the movies. Not saying that you would never do it. Okay, but what do you like to do? This is where you pull the questions out of people so you
Yeah.
can get to know that person. Because if it's everything that I ask you is I don't know it, you don't know your damn self. Like, so
Right.
you making it hard for me to get to know you.
But you know what the woman's going to
Right
say.
then and there, then I feel like we ain't even on the same level, because you don't
Yeah.
even know yourself.
Facts.
I can tell you what I like to do, but you
Mhm.
can't tell me what you like to do. Now we got an issue. Like, what type of dudes you been messing with?
Because even if we don't tell you what we like to do on a date, just in general,
You know what you like to do.
and then you can pull from that.
Correct.
Because if she tells you things more along the spontaneity
I like
side,
to dance. I like to dance.
Right.
Okay, so now I know I can go somewhere where they playing music, and we could probably, bust one or two moves or whatever.
right?
But if you ain't telling me nothing, you ain't giving me nothing to work with, then it's gonna be hard for me to do something. So now, to your point, whatever I select and it go wrong, yeah, this nigga lame. How?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't giving me nothing to work with.
Right. I agree. I
I'm trying
definitely
to,
agree
I'm
with that.
trying to do something, but you ain't giving me nothing to work with.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. That's
You
true.
cut me off at the knees. So it goes back to what you said about people not knowing how to communicate. If I don't know, I want to go to the movies. All right, cool. What you like to do?
I don't know.
I don't know. So
We
you
can
don't
do whatever.
know nothing. You don't. Okay, what's your most memorable date? Something.
Yeah.
I'm throwing you the ball. Like,
So
do
you
something
wanna do
with it.
something. So you want to do something the next nigga did. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right, cool. So I'm just trying to get to know you. But I'm giving you every opportunity. You ever seen those interviews?
It's up, Cici, with his
No, it's true. It's true.
I wouldn't
It's
say that.
facts.
I actually like that question because it is a thought provoking.
Yeah, all you doing.
Provoking.
Yeah, all you trying to do is provoke
Thought-provoking
thought.
question. Yeah.
But if I'm constantly trying to, give you the opportunity to get me help you, help me help us, and everything is okay, negative.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's your most memorable date? And she hit me with that line. Nah, I'm not. I'm just trying to see what experiences you've had,
Right.
so I can know what you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to compete, because if you told me, the nigga, he took me to the moon, shit, I might not be the dude for you, bro.
Right.
we can go get some 2 for 20.
There you go. Old Faithful.
He's staying true to that.
Boy, he was trying to run away from it, boy. He couldn't run.
but you get what I'm saying.
yeah.
Oh boy. Yo, well, we don't went over time, but we gotta wrap this up. What?
Did we answer that question?
We got enough
No,
for
no, we
one.
just do this.
We
We
got
just do
time
that
for
one.
one more question.
Nah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, listen. As always, man. Hey, comment, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Cici,
It's been a pleasure.
you gotta come back, baby. You gotta come back next week, because we got another topic that we want to talk to you about.
Oh Lord.
You gonna like it. Yo, my name is Damian Johnson.
Devin Lee.
Go ahead, close this out, Cici.
Cici. Let me get my sexy voice on. It's Cici, guys. ASMR.
The Lions Den, baby.